Hi there and welcome. Today in the weekly wrap, we're going to be talking around business succession and business continuity planning. You see, when we talk to business owners and shareholders coming into a business, we talk about making sure that we have a shareholders agreement and a business succession plan that's put in place when everyone's happy and healthy and in agreement. Because when these decisions are made and the plans are put in place in the good times, with open communication, it usually helps things go smoothly in the bad times. So today's case study is a really interesting one. We've got a business owner over here who owns a fantastic business and he's looking to retire. And he's looking to sell his business to two long-term employees who have been with him for an awful long time. But the issue is, each of them doesn't really have the capital to purchase the business outright. So what they've gone and done is they've gone to their mum and dad and they've borrowed, which is not an insignificant amount of money from their retired mum and dad. And the balance, which is a few $1,000,000, they're actually financing in vendor terms. Now, vendor terms really means is that the exiting business owner is going to receive his payout over a number of years under contractual terms from the new people coming in to buy the business. Now, the people that are buying the business, they're obviously a lot younger, they're married with children. So what are the risks here? Well, in reality, the risks are if either of those two brothers passes away prematurely or has a health event, obviously they've got their families to worry about financially. They've also got their mum and dad who are worried about, is this debt going to be repaid? And then we've got the previous business owner over here who equally is owed some money as well. So when we look at something like this, and given we've identified effectively three at-risk parties here, how do we often go about structuring those? And it's often reverse engineered in this case, because you see in reality from the family's case over here, they're actually relying on the business to look after them. And so if we actually go and address the business, so to speak, then in turn we can look after the family. So if we now have a look at the person with the most at risk, which is the exiting business owner, they actually have some substantial risk. They have two key people over here that their payout is reliant on these two key people being able to continue to deliver in that business. So this particular business owner over here, to protect their retirement and their future, is looking at really taking out what we call key person protection on those two individuals. Equally, you've got mum and dad over there, and they're again relying on these two key people to pay the debt. So when we go through this, what we've actually done to structure all of this is we've put in place some structures that are overlaid with obviously contractual agreements that ensure that if either of these two gentlemen pass away prematurely or become disabled, that the vendor terms are paid out straight away in return for the shares. Mum and dad's unsecured debt is paid away straight away as well. And then that obviously what that does is it leaves this family over here with some shares in a business that it might not necessarily want to have. So then in turn, again, we have a mechanism between each of the brothers to ensure that should the worst happen to them, that their family is paid out for the value of the shares of the business in commiserate to a value of an insurance contract. Now again, because each of these brothers are so important to the business actually has what we call key person revenue protection on each of their lives. So that again, should the worst happen to them, that the business has sufficient capital to go out and replace each of them and their roles in the business and keep on moving forward. So at the end of the day, what we have here is with each of these two brothers, should something happen to them where they prematurely pass away or have a disability, we've got the business owner over here walking away with what they want. We've got mum and dad protected over here. We've got the family protected over here. And we've got each other and the business protected as well. And certainly, while it might sound a little bit complicated, In reality, it's all around planning with the right people and making sure you have the right professionals to guide you through that process. Would love to talk more to you about it. If you think it resonates with yourself or your clients, drop me a line. Cheers.